Hello all, today in this video we are going to discuss about how to add smart buttons to our view. So here I will first of all I will show you what is the smart button. If I go to the contacts menu, here you can see if I open a contact, you can see in the top right of side of the screen you can see different buttons here, that is opportunities, meetings, sales, purchase, invoiced, vendor bills, etc. So this is the smart buttons what we are talking about. So if I click on this opportunities button, I will get the opportunities of this customer. So if I click on opportunities of this customer, you can see there are two opportunities. So if I need to get the sale orders of this customer, what I have to do is that just click on here. So from here itself I can see there is 7 sale orders. So if I click on that button, you can see, so these are the sale orders of this customer. So let's see how we can add the same in our view. So if I go to the hospital, here you have patient records, that is patient name. Also in the appointments, here you can see the test 23 patient has already got 2 appointments. So let's see how we can access the appointments easily from the patient form view using a smart button. So in this video we will see how we can add a smart button here to access the appointments of the patient. So for that what we have to do is that we have to do add the button in the XML code. So for that I will go to the corresponding form view. You can see this is the form view where we have defined the patient. So you can see patient form view. If you don't know how to get the record ID, just you can click on the debug button. From here edit form view, you can get that is patient form view. Inside the hospital, there will be a record named patient form view. If I search here control F and control B, you can see this is the record. So here we have to make the changes. So for that, first of all I will check for an existing code, that is and find in path, but the button box. I will make search inside the XML code button box. I have to search for button box. So let me copy this code. Don't get worried about what I'm doing, just simple thing, control C, and I will paste it here. So I will put some little gap here to get better understanding of what we are doing right now. So I will paste the copy code which I have copied here. If I delete this, you can see I have put a div, that is div class OE button box name button box. So inside this div we will add all the button boxes, smart buttons. So I'll control Z to get what I have deleted. So first of all you have to give a name for the button. So the button name I will give that open patient appointments. Open patient appointments. There is a typing mistake, so I'll enter the correct spelling. So I have given a name for the button, that is open patient appointments, and type equal to object. So we have two types of button, that is type equal to object as well as type equal to action. Once we give the type equal to object, on clicking this button, the function with this name in the corresponding model will get called. So and if I define the type equal to action, the corresponding XML record will get opened. So here I have given the name for the button, type equal to object, class OE stat button. You have to give that class, and inside the icon it's icon archive, and I will remove this field from here. Just remove the field from here. So let us upgrade the module for seeing the changes. Right now in the patient form view you can see there is no buttons at the side. So let's go to the apps menu and upgrade the module. I'll click on the upgrade button. So after the upgradation you can see a button get added in the top right side of the patient form view. So the module get upgraded. Now we will go to the patient form view from hospital. Here you can open the record. I will open the test 23 itself. You can see a button box get added here. Right now there is no strings at all. That is because we haven't given string for the button. So I will give a string for here, string here, that is string equal to appointments. So I have given a string for the button. Also you can see an icon fa archive. That is what you are seeing here, that is archive icon. You will have a different types of icon here. If I search icon equal to Control Shift F, so that you can search inside the Odoo code, you can see different icons like FA calendar, FA pencil square, or FA USD. So for this case I will choose the FA calendar. So I will copy the calendar and I will put it here instead of FA archive. So right now you are seeing such an icon and there is no strings. So in the code I have given string equal to appointments, and I also have changed the icon to the appointments from archive. Now I will upgrade the module. So once the upgradation is completed, we can see the string on top of the button name button. So if I go to the hospital and if I open any record, you can see the appointments string get comes there, and also you can see the icon get added. So this is how you can simply define a button. What will happen if I click on this button? So here if I click on this button, you will get a error like corresponding model. The model name is, this model is hospital dot patient. Sorry, what I have selected. I will click on edit form view. I'll click on edit form view. You can see the model is hospital dot patient. If I click on this, you will get an error that hospital dot patient model have no attribute with this given name. So let me click on this button and see what happens. You will get an error definitely. If I click on the C details, you can see the type object hospital.patient has no attribute this. So the error is that we haven't defined a function with the given name inside the corresponding model. That is, model is hospital.patient. So I will copy this name and I will go to the patient.py file where we have defined the model. Now we have to add the function here. So I will add a function here. So for adding function, diff function name self. So we have given the function name, and right now I will give a print statement here. Print. I will have to put the comma hello button clicked. So I have given define a function that is with the, here you have given the button name open patient appointments. I have defined a function with the same name here, open patient appointments, and just add a print statement there. Now I will restart the service. Earlier when we have click on that button, we get an error message. Now let's see what we get on clicking this. We are getting, we are not getting an error message, you can see, because we have defined the function, and you can see the function get called, because here in the logger section you can see, in the log section you can see what we have given here get printed here. That means that function get executed. Now inside this function we have to define what has to be done on clicking this button. So on clicking this button we have to return the view of the appointment section. So let's see how we can do that. For that I will search the existing code which I have already seen for this purpose. Payments, if I search for payments, okay, here I have given XML. I will switch to Python. Okay, you can see I will copy this thing from here. I will copy this copy and I will paste it inside our function. So I will remove this print and I will put the thing what we have copied from here. So we have to add a return here, return, we have to return this. You can see under on a warning like thing here. So I will add at API multi, which is not necessary here. Anyway, still I will add at API multi at API dot multi. So you can see that underscore gets moved from here. So I will correct the indentations here. So this is how also here view ID is given and view mode is not defined. So I will give view mode also. View mode, I will explain the each things, don't worry. View mode tree comma form has to be visible. So here I will give the name as appointments. Appointments. In the domain I will give empty. Right now view type form, the rest model, the model which we are opening, we are going to the open the hospital dot appointment model. So the model has to be given here, hospital dot appointment is given here. Model is specified, view id should be false, and view mode is given as trim view and form view. Now let's restart the service and see what happens now. So I have restarted the service, and now if I go here and click on this appointment button, you can see the tree view form, no default view of type form. You are getting such an error because we have added an extra space here. You can see here as extra space has come, so I will remove the space, and I will restart the service again. So once the service is restarted, I can go and click the button again. So button get deactivated, so I will go back and comes once again. I'll go to the patient review. Let me take the patient. Okay, I'll remove the default filter and I'll go to the test 23 patient. And now if I click on the appointments, you can see the appointments. All the appointments are coming here, but it's not from only test 23. You can see all the patients here like ABCD, Felix, Ajit, all the patients can be seen here. So let's see how we can only see the test 23's appointments. So for this, what we have to do is here we have to give the domain. So I will add the domain like patient id equal to, that is field name. Patient id, I will explain it. Patient id equal to self.id, like that I will add a domain. So right now when we click the button, we will get how much record, 1 2 3, that is 6 records we have get here. So after adding the domain, I will restart the service. Okay, the service is restarted. Now if I go back and click the button again, if I click the button again, earlier when we click this button we get total 6 record, that is we are getting all the appointments of all the patients. Now we will only get the appointments of the test 23 patient. So I will click on the appointments. You can see there is coming only 2 records, that is of same patient where we have clicked on from. So this is how you can add a smart button. That is just here we have given this name, the name is coming here at the top, appointments. If you give something else, it will come there. In the domain I have specified patient id, that is you have patient id field here. This field name, that is patient id, has to be same as this records id, that is self.id. I have given such a domain here, and view type should be form, and the rest model, that is rest model is the model which we open after clicking this button here. If you check the model, that is from edit view list, you can see the model is hospital.appointment, that is given here. View id should be false, and view mode tree comma form. Here we can see on clicking the button we are getting two views. This is tree view and it is form view. So we are want two views, that is tree view and form view we have given there. And type should be ir.actions.act window. So this is how you can define a smart button. Now if you go to the contacts again, okay, contacts again, you can see numbers are coming here, but the same thing is not in our button. If I go to the hospital, you can see appointments, but there is no the number, how much appointments are there, like that it's not coming. So let's see how to add that also. For that we have to add a compute field. So I'll add, go to, this is the hospital patient, I will add a compute field here. I'll add a new field, appointment count. I'll add a new field here, appointment count, that is fields of type should be integer type field string, as I'll define as count, appointment count, or I'll give the name as appointment itself, appointment, that is a typing mistake, appointment. And I have to compute the value to this field. So I will have to add a compute function, compute field. I have already shown you how to add a compute field. I'll give the name as get appointment count here, appointment count. So I have defined a new field that is integer type. Now I have to define this compute function. So I will go to the top, and here I will add the compute function diff, like this I have added, and I have to get the count. So I will search inside the model self.env, hospital dot appointment appointment dot search count. I will show you, explain this. There is a typing mistake. I will update it, hospital. So here we are searching inside hospital dot patient search count. Here you have to give the domain. Don't worry on seeing on what we have doing. Patient id equal to self dot id, like that. I will give a domain. So this will return us a count value, count equal to, and I will assign that to self dot count equal to. Let me check whether it is working or not. After it's make sure that it's working, I will show you, explain what I have done. So we have defined a new field that of integer type and make it a compute field, and I have defined this compute function here. And let me restart the service. Before restarting the service, we have to add this field inside this button. So this is the button. So inside this button we have to add the field name equal to, I will give the name. So we have added the field with the name appointment count. Here is a mistake. Here instead of self dot count I have to give this field name. This is self dot appointment count equal to the count we have computed. So I will paste the field name here also. So if I search for an existing button, Control Shift F, you can see such samples. If I move that screen to XML, you can see many examples where the field is defined inside the button. So if I check, can you see any examples? Here we are not seeing any example. Let me check for one. Yeah, you can see here. I have seen one here. Field name opportunity count. So I'll close it. Just we can define like this. I close the field. Now let me restart the service, as we have made changes inside the Python as well as the XML. Now I will upgrade the module. For that I will go to the apps menu and I will upgrade the module. Okay, the module is getting upgraded. So let's see whether we can see the appointments count on top of that button. Okay, the module is upgraded successfully without any errors. Now if I go to the hospital menu and to the patient's record, you can see a 0 here. If I go to the test 23 patients, if I go to the test 23, here you can see two there, two count there. So what you have to do is that you have to align the button correctly. So I will remove the string from here, and I will restart the service. No need of restarting service. I will just upgrade the module. Okay, I will upgrade the module. Okay, so module is getting upgraded. So after module upgradation, we can see the change. I have removed the string from there, and if I go to the hospitals and to the patient which has the record, that is test 23, you can see the count here. Now let's see how we can add the string also. So for that I will check an existing record here in the contacts menu. Here I will go to the check how the sales is displayed here. For that I will click on edit form view, and from there I will click on inherited views, and from there I'll take the where is sale. So here you can see widget stats info. You can give a string here also, widget stat info. I will copy this widget, and I will put it here for our field, and also I will add a string for our field, that is string equal to appointments. So I will upgrade the module once again. I'll close the screen, and again I will have to close the screen. Now I will move to the apps menu and I will upgrade the module. So this is all about, we have completed detailedly regarding the smart buttons. Now after this restart, we can see the string as well as the count there. So I will go to the hospital, and if I take the test 23, you can see two value, that is we have two appointments. If I click on this, you can see there is two appointments of these patients. And what I have done here in the Python, that is patient.py, I have defined an appointment count integer field and make it as a compute count. And inside this compute count function, I have made here a search, that is self.env. Self.env is a method, and I have defined the model, that is hospital.patient, in which I have to search. Search count will return the number of counts of the records which matching this domain patient id equal to the current self.id. That is, I'm going to search inside this model, that is appointment, where the patient id is equal to the current id. That is, once I click on this test 23 smart button, the system will check inside our appointments table for matching id of this id with the patient id in that table. So, and the here this will return the count of that result, and that count is set into this field appointment count, which is our computed field. So this is all about how we can add a smart button in Odoo 12. So here we have defined the smart button of a type object. Now we have to look at the type as an action that we will see in the next video. So if you have any queries regarding this, you can comment it out or reach us over the mail. So thank you.